The Numbers, a shadowy empire built on violence, loyalty, and fear. History that remains etched in South Africa's prison walls till today.
We had this thing that we just took what we wanted because all the people around us were afraid of us.
The numbers are 26, 27, and 28. And to understand this gang, we must first go back in time to the 1800s, when South Africa was under British colonial rule and migrant labor became the backbone of the economy. It all began with two men, Nongolosa Mathebola and Kilikijan. The legend goes that these two men were migrant workers, frustrated with their harsh conditions in the gold mines of Johannesburg. They grew tired of the exploitation and abuse suffered by the black laborers, and in rebellion, they turned to crime, forming a gang to rob wealthy settlers and colonial authorities who were profiting off their suffering.
The number was established to survive under severe circumstances.
The Numbers were young, but even back then, Nongolosa developed a strict code of conduct for his group, emphasizing loyalty, secrecy, and discipline. It is from these early bandit groups that the Numbers gang began to take shape. Initially, they operated outside the law, but as members were captured and sent to prison, they found a new battleground, inside the prison walls. Once behind bars, the Numbers gang solidified its power, refining its laws and strategies to ensure structure and a cohesive operation. Today, the gang is divided into three distinct branches, each with its own role within the prison ecosystem. The 26s are known as the Money Men. They are responsible for acquiring resources within the prison, be it cigarettes, food, or drugs. They handle the gang's finances and ensure its operations are well funded. They are often conjuring the plans and strategically applying their minds to safeguarding and managing the gang's wealth. Next, we have the 27s, the Blood Men. Their role is enforcing the gang's rules, often through brutal violence. They maintain order and ensure loyalty among the ranks. If a member betrays the gang or disrespects its code, the 27s are the ones who deliver punishment, often through fatal means. The 27s have a brutal reputation of murder, extortion, torture, and dangerous acts towards their fellow members who are not following the gang's laws. Many elders are 27s, acting as the middle ground between the brains and the hands of the gang. Finally, the 28s, perhaps the most feared of all. They are the warriors and soldiers of the gang. The 28s are primarily focused on physical dominance, protection, and the preservation of the gang's honor. They are often the most powerful in prison and responsible for territorial control, enforcing and executing the plans that the brains come up with and being the swords of the organization. The Numbers gang operates under a strict code of conduct that its members must follow at all times. This code dictates not only how members interact with one another, but also how they deal with prison guards, rival gangs, and even the outside world. Rituals play a key role in maintaining the hierarchy and discipline within the gang. New members must undergo initiation rites, which can range from violent beatings to carrying out attacks on rivals or even prison staff. Once initiated, loyalty to the gang is absolute. Any betrayal is met with severe consequences, often death. In addition to their loyalty, members of the Numbers gang communicate using a secret language, much of it derived from prison slang, hand signals, and coded phrases. This allows them to organize, strategize, and maintain secrecy even in the most heavily monitored environments. Inside South Africa's prisons, the Numbers gang maintains strict control through fear, intimidation, and violence. Guards, often outnumbered and under-resourced, struggle to contain the gang's influence. In some cases, guards have been known to turn a blind eye, or even collaborate with the gang to maintain peace in the prison. They run the prison, not us. If you want order, you have to deal with the Numbers. It's that simple. In many South African prisons, the Numbers gang essentially operates as a shadow government. They control the flow of contraband, dictate who is allowed to enter or leave certain areas, and punish those who defy them. Their influence is so pervasive that even inmates unaffiliated with the gang are often forced to comply with their rules for survival. Though the Numbers gang's power is rooted in the prison system, their influence stretches far beyond the bars. Released members often bring the gang's operations to the streets where they engage in organized crime, drug trafficking, robbery, and murder. Even outside of prison, the Numbers gang's hierarchical structure remains intact, with high-ranking members coordinating criminal activity from within the prison, using coded messages and networks of loyal associates. This dual control, inside and outside of prison, makes the Numbers Gang one of the most enduring criminal organizations in South Africa's history. Despite numerous efforts by South African authorities to crack down on gang violence and rehabilitate inmates, the Numbers Gang continues to thrive. Some initiatives focus on breaking the cycle of violence by offering education and vocational training to inmates, while others aim to increase security in prisons to limit the gang's influence. Breaking the grip of the Numbers Gang is incredibly difficult because it's not just a gang, it's a way of life for these men. It's all they've known. While the future of the Numbers Gang remains uncertain, one thing is clear. Their influence on South Africa's prisons, society, and criminal underworld has left an indelible mark on the nation's history. As South Africa continues to grapple with issues of crime, poverty, and inequality, the legacy of the Numbers Gang endures. Keep your eyes on our channel for more riveting content, and as always, thank you for watching.